see, we've got Ernest White here now, and Ernest has brought in a collection of things. Let me get them here organized. First of all, it's a book. It says the AFB Club.
America's Finest Boys.
America's Finest Boys Club. What do you know about this club?
Well, my uncle started it up in the 1930s, and there are still some members here in town that belong to it. Petey Bowles is one of them, and Woodrow Tickle down here used to play on the same ball team with them. They didn't have a recreation director or anything. They got together, they contributed 10 cents a week to a club, and then they would make trips to the beach, to the mountains, and different places.
And how long did this club, it started in the 1930s, how long did it stay?
My uncle went into the Navy in 1938, and I don't know what happened to the club.
You think the club may have stopped when he went to the Navy? I understand. So we're not going to go through every page here, but I just want to take a look at a couple of them. Now, some of these photographs are related to things we talked about earlier this morning. This one looks like
City Hall.
This is City Hall, and this is that picture we had of the fire truck earlier. This time you can see where the door is, and again the door would have been where the admin office is across the way.
Right.
Now here's a picture or a group of photographs. It looks like a baseball field.
Right.
Where was that?
Right up here, the same place it's located now.
It looks like it's a fairly fancy. I mean, it's got a roof on it. Bleacher seats.
Mineola Mills bought these ball club their uniforms, and like I said, they didn't have organized sports then, but this was a way of getting the boys away from the corners, and it worked.
All right. Now, was this a ball field for just their team, or were there other teams there?
There was many teams that played there.
So the school, the high school, had a team. We saw pictures of those earlier.
Right.
And now here's the boys.
Mineola Mills had
and the
teams.
Mill had a team.
Right.
You know if anybody's got any pictures of the Mineola Mill team?
No, I don't. No.
Just out of curiosity, so far we've got 2 of the teams. We just need pictures of the 3rd one. And again, we're not looking at every photograph. Oops, heavier than I thought. What can you tell me about this picture? It looks like it's got a name on the side of the truck, R.J. Wall.
He was a big contributor to the club. He hauled the boys around to different places and so forth, and furnished a lot of the money that they needed for different trips.
Now, what was his business in the town? What was
hauling, dump truck type hauling service.
Construction material.
Right.
So he was a contractor or just?
Yeah.
Okay. And are they still around?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
And these other photographs appear to be a group of boys at the beach or somewhere, maybe at the lake.
White Lake and the mountains.
Okay. Now this, let me put this aside for a second. What can you tell me about this one
That's
here?
my Aunt Addie. She was Miss Gibsonville, 1938. She died at an early age.
Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Gibsonville was like Miss America sort of idea?
Well, it was the town of Gibsonville. That's her trophy there that she's holding.
Do you still have the trophy?
No.
No? I'm just looking on the back here to see if I can. Addie Marie White, age 16, Miss Gibsonville, 1938. Do you know how long the Miss Gibsonville pageant was going on? Anything about that?
No, I don't.
Does anybody know anything about Miss Gibsonville?
I remember the pageants went on, but I don't remember how long.
What time? It looks like there's possibly a springtime because there's leaves on the plant here. It was a May festival, possibly? Something in the summer?
It may have been held before the 4th of July ceremony. They used to have big 4th of July ceremonies here.
And now, I know this is an actual book. What can you tell us about the Guilford County Tales book?
Well, several years ago, there was a letter here in front that came out in the paper. This one author that was wanting to write a story on every county in Gibsonville, and they call it every county in the state. And this was Guilford County's edition, which I have a story in here. Melvin Warwick has one, and several other people around Gibsonville have stories in here.
Here's a story by you, by the look of it. Firecrackers and what does it say? Firecrackers and what?
And other Mill Village memories. Hexes.
What's this hexes all about? What hexes?
Well, it's in the story. You have the books over in Gibsonville Library, so go over and check it out.
Yeah, well, tell us about the hexes.
Well,
part.
When we was living on Mill Hill, my grandmother got in an argument with a lady down the street, and she told her she was gonna put a hex on her, and she did this by putting eggs underneath the steps of the house, and she told her that her family would go in the directions of the wind.
Yes.
And
And?
well, over a period of years, all of my uncles went in service. My grandfather left my grandmother, and the hex.
So you think the hex was so have you looked for any eggs under your house lately?
No.
Now, what was the firecrackers part of that story?
Well, that was Harvey Mann's, Cooter Gaskew, and myself used to hunt a lot, and we would carry firecrackers with us. When a squirrel ran in the den, one of us would crawl up the tree, throw a firecracker in the den, and then one on the ground would stand there and shoot the squirrel when he came running out.
I see. Okay, so this was a meat supplement you were working on, right?
I could sell them squirrels for 50 cents a piece if I cleaned them.
What
You
time?
get-
About when was this roughly? What
That
year?
was in the late 40s and early 50s. You couldn't sell one for a dime nowadays.
Not much call for squirrel burgers, are there?
No.
Well, I appreciate you coming by with the information. We definitely want to scan that picture if you don't mind. And let's see now,
We'd
next.
like to congratulate him, they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary here in July.
Yeah, 50 years in December 31st.